So I did replace the auger guard. This is the old piece of material that was protecting the auger. It's actually sitting over there. That clamps up here and, it sits on top of the auger. But look at this material. Even though this is all messed up, this makes a lot of sense for other uses, especially for all the reasons I'm finding to replace hoses. Even if the manufacturer had thought about this, it probably would have been an amazing idea. Check this out. Right down there, right here, that looks like a collar right there. That's that rubber material. So I wrapped it around with a zip tie, and you can see right there. That's a valve cover bolt, and it rubs against this hose during normal operation. Now, thankfully, this is a low pressure supply to the boom. Yeah, this is the boom control valve. So I wrapped around there, and another big problem I was having is, I'm not gonna, maybe I will, is I got another piece here. Look at the bolt. Look at that bolt. Oops, dropped my, look how much wear is on that bolt. There was more wear on the bolt than there was on the hose. So thankfully, even if I needed to replace that in the future, this whole piece right here is 4 bolts and it's off. It's no big deal. It holds the air cleaner. It holds the the air cleaner assembly, air intake assembly. So I took another piece, cut it off, zip tied it on the hose right where it was rubbing. So that's going to be an amazing long-term fix. I just finished doing the control wiring. Very happy with how this turned out. I got a few things to tidy up with respect to the battery. The battery cables are down there. I've got the loom all nice and buttoned up down there. I've removed all the tension off of all the wires back here. When I had all these hydraulic hoses out, it gave me ample access to tidy all that up. I tightened up this loom. It's wrapped multiple times. It's beautiful. That runs all the way up to here. This loom ends up here. You can see that triangle area. So the good news is this was the part where I was kind of upset that they had tapped into the factory wiring to get a hot line so that they could do a like a GPS locator. I talked about that before. So what I can do is, besides dropping my light everywhere, I got a new light on order, is when I have the installer for the GPS, if it isn't me. So just open this up, and there's, fuck it, I got this pretty tight. There's 2 wires in there that are ready to go. There's a hot and a ground ready to go. All they gotta do is fish it out of that loom. It'll run all the way over to this section with the when the cover is on. This is the cover that I just painted, by the way. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And those are the holes that were left over from the bracket, again, from the previous owner. So I just went ahead and left the holes there. And yeah, so pretty happy with how the wiring has turned out. That's been my focus for the last couple of days. So I'm done with this part. I'm going to tidy up the battery cables before I knock off for the day. And let's see, I still have the rear hydraulic hoses to do, the drive. the drive hoses to do. But I do want to finish cleaning this compartment out a little bit. You can see there's a lot of dirt down here, and there'll be another round of dirt down there when I'm done, or rather when this starts getting rented. But I still need to clean it up. This is the bottom of the engine of the battery compartment right here. Battery goes in this box right here. And then this whole tray slides in right there. So I'll finish getting that cleaned up. I'm waiting on sleeves for this. This is the bore for the parking brake. I'm going to get in there with a flapper and a drill and clean out that bore, and then I can put the brand spanking new handbrake assembly on. Keep calling it a handbrake. Then once I get the handbrake on, then I'll do the hydraulics back here, and then I'll do the battery compartment, and then I'll bring in the tensioner and I'll start putting the tracks on. And start assembling the damn thing. So hopefully in the next 2 days I'll start assembling. Very excited. Progress continues. Obviously it's taking longer and costing more money than I ever thought it would. I'm happy to get the experience and pay my tuition at the University of YouTube. Anyway, the Barreto 20 RTK project continues with David from Wired Equipment.